You are listening to Best in Seattle Real Estate with host Tina Mitchell, MLO 145420. This podcast is for real estate agents. Tina interviews the best of the best agents in the greater Seattle market. Learn strategies and the mindset needed to be your best. If you're looking to take your real estate business to the next level, this show is for you.
Welcome to Best in Seattle Real Estate Podcast, sponsored by Hubbard Radio Seattle. I am your host and local mortgage expert, Tina Mitchell. My show is with real estate agents for real estate agents. My lineup is exclusive and reserved for the best of the best in the greater Seattle market based on closed transactions in the last 12 months. If you are a real estate agent looking to level up your game, you are in the right place. My guest today is here to share what she has learned over the years that has taken her to the top of the real estate field. Now in studio, Kimberly Storey of Coldwell, Banker, Danforth. Wow, I had a hard time saying that. Kimberly has closed 38 transactions in the last 12 months, and that earns her the title of industry leader. And she is here today to share her secrets to success, data provided and verified by MMI, Mobility Market Intelligence. Kim, thank you so much for joining the show today.
Thanks for having me, Tina.
Yeah, I would like to give a shout out also and a big thank you to my producer over at Hubbard Radio, Benny.
Oh, well, hi there, Tina. Let me go and pop in there and say hello to you too. And all right, has anyone gotten any pumpkin spice items yet?
Oh my gosh, you just blinded.
I love the pumpkin spice lattes.
There we go. So we got a fan.
Well, we do have 15 minutes to wrap up the show after we drop off, so we might have to do that.
Okay.
Thank you so much. You are
You're
the
welcome.
best producer ever and could not do the show without you, so really appreciate you.
You're quite welcome.
And before we get started, I would like to share a little bit about Kimberly. Kimberly is a third-generation real estate agent, native to the Seattle area, and has been in the real estate industry for her whole life. She believes in taking care of her customers and putting their desires and goals first. She learns your unique needs and then decides how she can best serve you in buying or selling your biggest asset, your home. She is ranked in the top 2% of agents across the country based on total volume and home sales. You will experience a wealth of experience in skilled negotiation, deep expertise in the real estate market, a commitment to exceptional communication, and dedication to top-tier marketing. Kimberly is fully focused on representing your best interest as she expertly guides you through your home sale or next home purchase. Kimberly, again, just really excited to have you on the show. And I'd love to start out. My first question is, what life experience brought you into your line of work since it's 3 generations in?
Yeah, so grew up in real estate, and I definitely didn't think I would ever get into this business. I saw all the behind the scenes work and did not think it was something I wanted to be a part of. However, I was going through some changes in my life and quite a few changes. And one of those in particular, I was looking for a new career, and my mom knew that. And that's when she approached me and said, I really think you should consider getting into real estate. I think you'd be a great fit. And my initial reaction, was, wow, that was not on the radar for me. I was looking at a number of different things and not that. But, after chatting with her more about it, and she's never been the type of mom that says you should do this. So the few times my mom's given me advice have always been good. So I thought I should actually listen to that, did more research on it, and ended up realizing it would be a great fit for me. And I went all in and just jumped in and haven't looked back since. And it's been about 10 years now.
Yeah, and isn't that interesting? Shout out to the real estate agents that are listening to the show right now. Pay attention to your intuition, because I've known you for years, Kim, and I know how passionate you are about your business. And obviously it takes passion in order to excel and do the amount of business that you're doing, especially in the shifting and challenging market that we're having right now. And the universe was just giving you signs, and your mom was pushing you. And so listen to what those signs are, and it's helping to navigate you where you should be. And glad glad you actually listened and you're here,
Yeah.
because there would be a missed opportunity for a lot of buyers and sellers if you did not get into the real estate space. I'm sure you would have been successful at anything, but the passion is what drives you and leads to the success that you're having today. So great job, Kim.
Thank you.
Kim,
Thanks
what
to
is
my
this
mom,
thing?
right?
Well, and thanks to your mom. Yeah, we have a lot of thanks to the special people in our lives,
Yeah.
for sure. Keep on nudging us to do what they know we should do, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Kim, what is the single most important reason that you're seeing success in your business? Again, even more important right now, it's inspiring for other real estate agents that are stuck. And they can actually look at you and the numbers that you're doing and the amount of people that you're helping. It shows that it's possible. If you can do it, it's possible for them to do it too. And it's going to actually bring a tear to my eye, because that's why we're here right now. More important than any other time, it's in this market, because there's so many real estate agents that love what they do, but they feel that they're not able to do it and it's not possible, when the reality it is. So what is the single most important thing that you would credit to your success right now today?
Well, I always look to see what I can do to make my clients have the best possible experience. And, with that, that's giving, very hands-on work ethic, where they're hearing from me constantly, very good communication. I want them to feel like they had the most amazing experience, so that they want to refer me. And then likewise, they'll want to use me again. And I feel like that starts with giving the most, amazing experience throughout the whole transaction, from, if you're working with sellers, from prepping their home, developing the marketing plan, the pricing plan, under contract, is continuing staying in touch with them until close. And then even after close, and the same thing with buyers, really, helping them through that process of looking at homes, discussing offer strategies. I go over every single really aspect of buying and selling a home, so it's clear detail with them, and that helps give that really great experience, so that they want to refer me and want to work with me again.
Yeah, and I've said on the show before, you can stalk the cold or you can court the warm. And it's a lot more enjoyable to court the warm. And that's just what Kim has shared, is all your efforts should be focused on the people that you are working with right now, and then continue that courting and that focusing and that high level of service after you've completed that process, because they are the ones that are going to be coming back. They're the ones that are going to be introducing you to new clients. And it's just a lot more fun when you get that warm introduction, than rather having to stalk the cold to get them in. Not to take away from people that succeed at a high level that are working with cold leads, because there are agents that are in the top 1% and 2% that do that. But for me personally, and for Kim personally, as you heard her share, it is a lot more enjoyable, and it's an easier process to work with what you have. So give everything that you have with the people that you're working with, and don't worry about trying to build those new relationships. Foster the relationships that you have, and the new relationships will just show up. Right, Kim?
Absolutely. For sure.
Yeah. So coming up next on Best in Seattle Real Estate Podcast, continued conversation with Kimberly Morgan Storey of Coldwell, banker, Danforth.
So when submitting an offer on a home, the lender your buyer chooses to work with can make or break the offer based on their local reputation. Tina Mitchell, MLO 145420, has a stellar relationship in the real estate community. She has been awarded Partner of the Year from Washington Realtors, Media of the Year from Seattle King County Realtors, and Member of the Year from Women's Council of Realtors. With over 25 years in the mortgage industry, Tina has worked hard to establish her place in the mortgage space. For more information on how Tina is helping her buyers stand out next to their competition, go to TinaMitchellTeam.com. That's TinaMitchellTeam.com.
Welcome back to Best in Seattle Real Estate Podcast, sponsored by Hubbard Radio Seattle. I am your host and local mortgage expert, Tina Mitchell. Continued conversation with Kimberly Morgan Storey of Coldwell, banker, Danforth. Are you a real estate agent looking for that one thing to take your business to new heights? Kimberly is here to motivate you to be your best. You will learn what Kimberly is doing and how you can implement her best practices into your real estate business. Today, she is here sharing her strategies and the mindset needed to be the best in the industry. Kimberly is here to inspire other real estate agents to level up their real estate business. Kimberly, thank you again for being here today on my show.
Thanks, Tina.
So, Kim, what is a success story with one of your clients that you could share today?
Yes, absolutely. A recent closing actually of mine where, in this market, we're definitely starting to see, as we shift into our Seattle fall season, we're starting to see price drops and homes stay on the market longer. And really, the way I see it is, a home's been on the market for 30 days or longer. There's quite a bit of negotiation room usually with sellers. And there's a particular property where is in Magnolia, listed for 1.8 million, and my clients have seen it a couple times. They really didn't think it was worth any more than 1.650. So they wanted 150,000 off, which is a pretty, far apart number from where the seller was from where they wanted to be. But I told them, I go, well, let's see how we can do this. And for me, I always feel it's extremely important to build rapport with the other agent on the other side, whether you're the listing agent or the buyer agent. So I called the listing agent right away. I'd been in contact with her before and just, asking more questions about the seller, their needs, and where they're at in the process, and had learned that they had actually received an offer at 1.6, and they just did not even counter. They just said, we're declining your offer. She had said that the offer wasn't very well written, and they just were extremely insulted by it. So knowing that was helpful, because that's where my clients wanted to start, was 1.6. So I basically went back to my clients, like, we need to really make sure the other components of the offer are extremely clean and straightforward. And then we also need to have a very good cover letter and just kind of explaining, what we love about the home, your background. And so we put that together, and I had a great rapport conversations multiple times with the listing agent, and just, really said, we're not trying to offend you. This is what they can do. I also included some comps to help support it, some market data to support our lower offer. So we came at 1.6. They countered at 1.7, said that's their highest and best. They will not go any further. And I've heard that probably 100 times in this throughout my career. And I know that you have to put things in writing. So we went back with my clients. We said, let's go back one more time at 1.650. And my client said they would not go higher than that. And the seller's telling us she won't go lower than 1.7. And she ended up accepting that. And so, so we got under contract, and we were actually able to have a short inspection contingency, and learned that the sewer line was completely shot basically on its last leg. It was, like a 95-year-old sewer line. And so we were able to also negotiate repairs for the sewer line. And ultimately, at the end of the day, what I think was the best outcome is that, the buyers were thrilled, the seller was thrilled, the agent on the other side was happy. So you had everybody happy with a very smooth transaction. Buyers able to get the home they wanted at the price they wanted, and everybody left with feeling good about that closing.
Yeah, congratulations for that, Kim. And I think the takeaway there is, again, as you shared in the beginning of your key to success, is really working really hard with the people that you're working with right now, and through communication and really navigating, building the rapport with the listing agent, and having those back and forth to bring things together. Because what a missed opportunity for your buyer and a missed opportunity for the seller, and both of you as real estate experts, if you weren't really pushing and helping through the navigation of that process. So don't give up, give it everything you have. And not everything's going to be a success story like Kimberly shared there, but there's a lot of missed opportunity because you just stop at no. And I always say the task is to ask, and sometimes you have to ask one more time to get that yes, right, Kim?
Yep, exactly.
Yeah. So, Kim, how has being in the real estate business helped you be a better person in business or in life?
Mhm. Yeah. So, what I've learned in this business is that you really need to ask lots of questions of your clients and listen. They will tell you basically how you can serve them best when you ask the right questions and let them talk. And in doing so, that's helped me, my relationships with my spouse, my husband, my family, my friends, where I want to listen, ask the right questions. How can I be a better friend? And so I would say that's kind of the main thing that this industry has taught me is that, listen, when someone has a problem, let them talk and they'll basically tell you what they need from you, and then you can best serve them.
Yeah, what a great lesson learned. And yeah, go 3 deep when you're asking questions. And I
Mhm.
think that's what Kim's talking about. When you ask a question and they give an answer, you can repeat that answer and ask another question. And then you can repeat that and ask another question.
Mhm.
And it's really helping them dial down. Sometimes people don't want to communicate to that deep level, or they really don't understand their deep answer to that
Yeah,
question, and you help
exactly.
them bring that to the core of why that answer and what's important to them, right, Kim?
Yep. There's a just kind of sidebar. Phil Jones is he's written several great books on, asking right questions for real estate agents. So I always highly recommend any real estate agent buying his book, Exactly What to Say by Phil Jones.
Oh, I love that. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
So if you listen to the show and you're a real estate agent, you need to get that hardcover of the or the Audible if you're Audible like I
Yeah.
am, and take a listen. I definitely will. Thank you so much for that shout out, Kim. What top value add do you provide that sets you apart from your competitors? Because the reality is there is a lot of real estate agents in the industry, but there's only 2% that are doing 2% volume, right? So you have to be doing something that is setting you aside from all of the other real estate experts, because every client is not just talking with you, they're talking with multiple agents. They're probably getting introduced to multiple agents. So what is that sets you aside from your competition, the ones that are not in the top 2%?
Um, well, I first of all, I'm an extremely competitive person. I grew up playing soccer my whole life, lots of sports. Soccer was my main sport. I played in college. I actually still, get out there and try to play today. I like to say, because I'm not as good as I used to be. But so when I'm working with client, I take it like their home purchase or sell like my own. And so I get very competitive for them, and I want them to have the absolute best outcome. And I'm always thinking about like what would be, a best scenario for them. How do we negotiate more money for them? What type of marketing can we employ to get them the most for their home sell? And then with buyers, what strategies can we do to, get the home they want and at the price that they're comfortable with? If they need closing costs, how do we navigate that situation? So I'm really looking at it. I want to treat them like it's my own purchase and sell. And, I look at it as we're on a team together, and I'm, working to get them the best possible outcome.
Yeah, so a great way to end my conversation with you, having a competitive spirit. And I will say I'm a little bit jealous that you're great in sports. I was actually the one that all my friends, I was still the last one picked to be on the team, but I was a concert violinist, so I do
Hey,
have
that's big
some
time.
competitive spirit there. So if
Yeah,
you haven't built that competitive spirit from your early years, it's not too late. You just need
it's
to
not.
work
Yeah.
on your confidence. And I always say, start with it's possible, because you can't say something you can't believe, that you don't believe yet, but you can work from the possible and very quickly work into the can. And I am. And then that's just a part of who you are. So it takes confidence. There is no one that's in the top producing level that does not have a high level of confidence, and that kind of goes into your success story as well, that would not have came about if you didn't have confidence to communicate and continue to fight for your buyer to get that house at the 1.6 million. So Kim, it's a pleasure to have you here. I'm just honored to be able to showcase you, showcase your success, and to really have a space for other real estate agents to come and listen to what you shared today so they can take their business to the next level. So thank you so much for being on my show.
Yeah, no, thanks, Tina. It's absolutely an honor to be on your show for sure. So you do a lot for real estate agents. So I appreciate being able to be here today.
You're very welcome. And to watch the video recording of Kimberly or other industry leaders in the real estate space, you can go to bestinseattlerealestate.com, or you can catch my show on our YouTube channel, Facebook page, or on the website. And I am Tina Mitchell, your host and local mortgage expert. Until next time.
Tina Mitchell, MLO 145420, is a licensed loan originator with Highlands Residential Mortgage Limited. The views expressed by the speakers on the preceding program are those of the speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views of Highlands Residential Mortgage Limited, nor are they necessarily endorsed by Highlands Residential Mortgage Limited.